The Battle of Stalingrad, spanning from August 23, 1942 to February 2, 1943, stands as one of the most critical and brutal confrontations of World War II. This battle was a clash between Nazi Germany, supported by its Axis allies, and the Soviet Union, centered on the Soviet city of Stalingrad, now known as Volgograd. Its outcome had a profound impact on the course of the war. The Germans, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, had set their sights on capturing Stalingrad, a vital industrial city located on the Volga River. The city's strategic importance was immense. Its capture would disrupt Soviet transport links and facilitate further German advances into the Caucasus region, where rich oil fields awaited exploitation. The German Sixth Army, commanded by General Friedrich Paulus, initiated the assault with a massive aerial bombardment, transforming the city into a landscape of ruins and debris. The initial stages of the battle were marked by intense bombing campaigns and rapid German advances. The Luftwaffe, Germany's air force, carried out relentless attacks aiming to obliterate Soviet defenses and civilian morale. As German forces moved into the city, they encountered fierce resistance from the Soviet defenders. The Soviet Union, under the command of Joseph Stalin, recognized the symbolic and strategic value of Stalingrad and issued orders for the city to be held at any cost. Soviet troops, led by General Vasily Chikov, utilized the urban ruins to their advantage, establishing strong defensive positions amidst the rubble. The combat that ensued was characterized by some of the most ferocious close-quarters fighting of the war. Soldiers engaged in brutal house-to-house and room-to-room battles, often at the cost of heavy casualties on both sides. The Soviets adopted a tactic known as hugging the enemy, staying as close to German lines as possible to negate the effectiveness of German artillery and airstrikes. As the harsh Russian winter set in, the tide of the battle began to turn. The Soviet High Command, led by Generals Georgy Zhukov and Alexander Vasilevsky, meticulously planned a counter-offensive named Operation Uranus. Launched on November 19, 1942, this operation aimed to encircle the German forces by striking at their weaker flanks, which were guarded by Romanian, Hungarian and Italian troops. The Soviet attack was swift and overwhelming, and within days the Germans found themselves surrounded. The encirclement trapped approximately 300,000 Axis soldiers in a pocket, later known as the Kessel, cauldron, around Stalingrad. The German Sixth Army, now isolated, faced dire conditions. Supplies were rapidly dwindling, and the harsh winter weather exacerbated the suffering of the trapped soldiers. Despite the increasingly desperate situation, Hitler ordered Paulus to hold his ground and forbade any attempts to break out of the encirclement or surrender. Efforts to supply the encircled troops by air proved inadequate, and a relief operation led by Field Marshal Erich von Manstein failed to break through Soviet lines. Starvation, disease, and the relentless pressure of Soviet attacks further weakened the trapped German forces. Morale plummeted and the situation grew increasingly untenable. On January 31, 1943, Paulus, who had been promoted to Field Marshal by Hitler, in a futile attempt to compel him to continue fighting, finally surrendered to Soviet forces. The remnants of the Sixth Army capitulated over the following days, with the final surrender occurring on February 2nd, 1943. This marked a significant and unprecedented defeat for the German military. The Battle of Stalingrad was a catastrophe for Germany. Estimates of German and Axis casualties, including those killed, wounded or captured, reached up to 800,000. The Soviet Union also paid a heavy price, with casualties exceeding 1 million, reflecting the immense human cost of the conflict. The significance of the Battle of Stalingrad extended far beyond the immediate losses. It marked a turning point in World War II, halting the German advance into the Soviet Union and initiating a series of Soviet offensives that would push the German forces back towards Germany. The victory at Stalingrad bolstered Soviet morale and demonstrated the resilience and determination of the Red Army. The battle's legacy is profound, symbolizing the brutal reality of urban warfare and the devastating human toll of the conflict. The strategies and tactics developed during the Battle of Stalingrad have profoundly influenced modern military strategy, and its legacy is preserved in numerous monuments, films, books, and historical studies, ensuring that the lessons of Stalingrad continue to shape military thinking and serve as a testament to the resilience and fortitude of those who